Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. I, 28F, don't know how to handle the relationship with my mom, 51F, after cheating and leaving dad, 65M, who has now suicidal thoughts. NSFW. TLDR, mom, 51F, cated on my father, 65M, who has now suicidal thoughts and is completely broken. My mom was my friend and now I don't know how to handle our relationship. I, 28F, am living with my husband in the same city as my mom and dad. They have a farm close to the city, where my dad spends all his time, and a flat in the city where my mother lives. So basically during the last years they are living separately, but meeting and talking every day. I was living in another city for years, and moved back to a rented flat with my husband 2 years ago. During these 10 years, but especially in the last 4 years, my mom became my friend. We talked every day, went to places together, etc. She and dad also helped me / us financially every time we needed it. I felt that their relationship is growing some distance, but I was naive enough to think that they talked about this, and after nearly 30 years together it is okay, that they have different hobbies, etc. They never married and I am their only child. Well, last week my mom left my dad. As we found out she was cheating on her for a long time with a man who we know quite well. I was really disappointed, but tried to stay neutral as much as possible, but now I am really angry on my mother because dad has suicidal thoughts and became completely desperate. And she was lying to me during all these years too, making dad and me fools. I talked to her on Monday when she was crying to me about how bad she is and she is feeling sorry for my father, and was really scared that I won't talk to her anymore. Seeing her like that, I told her that I am not so mad and I want her the best. But every time I talk to my father, my anger gets bigger and bigger. It is really hard to realize that I am losing her as a friend and very likely as a mom too. I don't know how this will end, because I help my father as much as I can, but can't be with him all the time, and I am really scared that one I will find him. Yeah. And also the financial stuff is really ugly since they are not married, and they still have to talk about it. Mom will now move to another city. She asked me to check the flats she found, and called me how they were, what's up with me, etc. basically like nothing happened. And I am not able to confront her, and tell her how disappointed and confused I am. FYI, dad is from another generation where seeing a therapist is the sign of weakness. I am calling him frequently and he talks a lot, but his feelings are going up and down all the time. And honestly, I am getting more and more tired every day too, and I am afraid that I won't be there with him in the darkest moments to pick him up. But I have a life, a work, a family, so I can't be with him 0 to 24, and these feelings are killing me too. Edit, guys, thank you so much for all these comments, honestly you helped me a lot. I read them all, sorry that I didn't answer them yet. I told mom that I don't want to talk to her for a while. She understood and I hung up the phone. I needed some courage to do that and it was really hard, but this is for the best now. I talked to my father about seeing a therapist, and he was of course refusing, but I told him if he just feels 1% that he wants to go, just let me know and I will set up an appointment. We spent some hours together again. And finally he told the situation to my grandma, his mill, and she is completely with him too, and her boyfriend too, and she talked with him a lot today, so now there are more people who help him through this. For those who suggested, I already contacted a therapist. Our first session will be next week. Thank you again. Hope for the best. Try to keep your father away from alcohol, or other controlled substances, as these will likely push him closer to following through on his suicidal ideations. Unfortunately, by staying neutral in a situation like this, you're essentially siding with the cheater, since you're basically saying that the cheating wasn't that big of a deal / problem by minimizing the harm done to your father. You should support your father, he will really need it. Your mother can seek comfort from the persons she had an affair with, since she already prioritizes them anyway apparently. She asked me to check the flats she found, and called me how they was, what's up with me etc, basically like nothing happened. This is a manipulation tactic used by cheaters called rug sweeping and is used to try to minimize the consequences of their vile choices. I am not able to confront her, and tell her how disappointed and confused I am. Going no/low contact can help you get your message across, at least until you are able to communicate how her actions hurt you. Besides my dad's situation, this is what bothers me the most, my mother's emotional manipulation towards me. Thank you for your help, this comment helps me a lot. What was said above is really good advice, though hard to actually do. By not taking sides, you're actually taking sides. It's unfortunate, but that's often how some people view it. Your mom is your mom, and no doubt you love her, but what she did was horrible, not just to your dad, but to you as well, and likely the family in general. How your dad views this, you giving your mother more or less equal time, helping her move out and find a place, things like that, all make him feel like you forgive your mother in some way. Even if you tell him you're furious at her, your actions say otherwise. What he needs, like it or not, are people to be on his side completely right now. Not halfway. That doesn't mean cutting your mother out of your life completely or forever, but giving her much less of your time and none of your help. In reality, she made this bed herself, she should be doing the hard work herself. Need an apartment? Look at yourself. That's part of ending a relationship, you're on your own, especially if the cause of the relationship ending is yourself. Suck it up, buttercup. But I can't stress enough that it will help your dad immensely to know that people, especially those close to him, back him 100%, and not the person who screwed him over. Be there as much and as often as you can. It will help him get through this, and he will. Life does not end when a relationship does, no matter how long it's been. Is it typical to be pregnant at 22 where you are from? Are you sure your 36-year-old dad did not baby trap her? Mainly, do you know if the start of their relationship was healthy? The ending of course was not, but maybe the start was not either. Yes, it was really typical that time, most of the women got pregnant around 20. And as far as I know it was planned. I don't want to cause an existential crisis for myself, I won't ask now to be sure, and how I know the story was love at first sight. They both worked in healthcare. My mother was a nurse, dad an ambulance man, and they met in the hospital several times, and they started dating. I don't know much more, but that dad was already divorcing his previous wife before they met, and mama left her boyfriend for dad. So there could be some stuff there, but I don't want to dig into the past now. Not my business. What I know for sure, is that during the years dad helped mom a lot. Dad took a lot of extra work and to help mom finish 2 universities. This could have also caused them to grow apart. I don't know. I know that my dad has his mistakes like every human in this world, and mom too. Lot of people mentioned the age gap here. I was also thinking about this too before I even posted this. And yeah, this could be the reason too. Honestly, I am just really tired. Take care of your mental health, and support your dad without taking a therapist role. Take healthy distance from their breakup, that is not on you. Their beginning was in this pattern, a bit at least, except hopefully more mild. You think about what makes your relationship with your husband work, and what has made all of your best friendships work. You grab onto those lessons as your compass and light, stay true to it, state those values when asked. You don't minimize and make excuses for your mother, or treat one thing as equal to another when you know it is not. Your mom can meet you in that space and improve by association, or she can do her own thing. Hug your dad and tell him you are okay, are grateful for how he has raised you, that you and your husband are there for him. This is the best advice I can give as a 49-year-old man with a spouse of 25 years and 2 happy teenage kids, whose family of origin was smashed up by an affair. One final thing, if your parents are drinking too much, be brave, call them out. It is the very last thing they need right now. Hug your dad and tell him you are okay, are grateful for how he has raised you, that you and your husband are there for him. I am doing this every day, but I feel like it is worth nothing. My father is 20+ years sober, and he told me just today that he will never drink again no matter what happened. I told mom not to drink, because I know she likes alcohol. Thank you. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night, wherever you are.